Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Corey, and you're my rubber ducks for the evening. And this is the series of episodes where we are creating, which way is it? There we go. Tang, a template language from scratch. It is a programming language that we are creating using nothing but our C++ skills, a terminal window. Vim is our editor, and simple tools like, well, basic tools, I should say, not simple, but basic tools such as Flex, Bison, ICU, and Google Test. And we have been working on refactoring, reworking the, what word do I want to say? Sorry, brain just stopped working. Refactoring our Makefile and trying to catch all of the missing pieces, right? The fact that we've had some issues where we've edited a file and not everything gets recompiled. And let's face it, our Makefile was a mess. And so in the previous episode, in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and start off with a make clean, make test watch. There we go. And now on the left-hand side, what do I always say? The very last commit was the end of episode 81. And so we're on episode 82. And if I say get status, there are no changes on the disk on the disk drive right now, right? I don't have anything pre-staged, nothing up my sleeves. And what we're going to be working on is we've already been doing these. We've been setting up dependency variables. These are, for the case of this one, just to choose one, the AST node if else. What are its dependencies? Well, it uses the dependency of AST node. And if we go up here, dependency AST node, well, that's only location.hh. And I think I just realized something that's missing. If we do AST node, it's not listing AST node itself. Or is it? So let's just go down a little bit. Yeah, so AST node array is not listing AST node. Okay. So I may have to add AST node to each one of these, and then I can remove it from So do I have AST node node.hpp anywhere in this file now? Well, in program.o. These are all at the end, nowhere earlier. So I was missing that. Okay, I'm going to have to add that back. So I'm going to be working on, well, you saw that I had all the AST nodes. Evidently, I'm missing some stuff there, so I'll go back and rework that. And then there it is. What I've been doing is I've been going through, and yes, I know that part of my shirt changes colors as I do this because of the green screen correction. There we go. Definitely the wrong window. Okay. And what I've been doing is I've been going through the source and, for example, using this reference to say, oh, it's using opcode.hpp, macros.hpp, astnode.hpp, program.hpp. And yes, so that is what I have been using. Having said that, we're going to need to continue in this vein. So we had already done and I'm just going from the top of the screen. There we go. All of the AST nodes, but I just realized I'm going to need to make a change. And we need to pick up and finish the computed expressions and the few other things. So we're probably about halfway done. And what I did for the last video, for the previous video that is, I fast forwarded through it just to get through this part because it's a lot of refactoring. So much so that in the previous video it was only 10 seconds long for you, but it was over an hour long for me of nothing but furious typing. And unfortunately it does start hurting my arms after a while because, well, I probably haven't taken good care of myself and I'm probably having carpal tunnel syndrome. But I'm okay right at the moment. And so I'm going to just start again. And I think what we're going to start doing is first do something like include AST node.hpp. And probably are going to have to do this for each one of these. Include slash, what would this be? Error.hpp. And the question is I would rather have these all kind of like lined up. Yeah, I think that's what I would yeah, and I'm gonna follow this. So garbage collected is going to be, well, and I'm just going to continue. And now that will allow me to, down here, oh, I don't have astnode.hpp here, but I do have like this line that I can get rid of because of this line. AST_node array will now include AST_node array.hpp. So having said that, I'm going to continue my work and I will see you after I've done all of this reformatting. So, all right, see you then. All right, we are back and should look at what time it is. I've been going at this for a little over an hour, so this video may be generally shorter from your perspective, but it's taking a long time from my perspective. And what we've got right now, everything is still compiling. I just did make clean and then make test, and it's all compiling. So let's look at what I did. I went through like under these unit tests and everything, and I did everything to my, oh, I didn't do Tang here, so the command line utility, and we can, you know what, since you're here, I can show you. So source, where is Tang? Oh, I didn't do the at file for Tang. Let's do that, shall we? So, how do I do this normally? code for the very, very simple. All right, now if I do this and make docs-pdf, it will, when it's done, I should be able to refresh this page and it should show up. That's the goal. So tang.cpp. All right, now if we look and see what all does this require, well, there's a lot of stuff here. But most importantly, Tang itself, tang.cpp just had to pound include Tang, which is what we wanted. So if we do the Makefile again, and I'm just going to show you that I did create all of these variables for the dependencies. And dep-tang has these. And it should probably have more, like probably 60 lines. But we'll go with this from now. But I have this dep-tang. Okay. Tang.cpp. There we go. So what I was doing was putting that on a new line. It's definitely going to need the target. And then, oh, dep-tang. I did already add that one. I guess I forgot about that. And the question is what order. I was putting the .so, which is the target. I was putting that last. So, okay. No, I'll just make test and let it run in the background. Why? Because I want to make sure it can make everything one at a time. I have had it where if I said make 15 of them at a time, it just so happened to everything fall right that it made everything okay, but if I made it one at a time, it failed because a dependency wasn't being listed, but that just happened to get created in time when I did the make -16 or something like that. So I know it takes a while. And yes, the screw is coming out of my watch. That's what I'm fixing right now with my fingernail. You know, just screwing it in. There. You're scratching me. Okay, so now we're back. The shared library only has libobjects. Okay. Everything else, though, here, I put it in alphabetical order and these are not right. So I've got program, I did Tang base, and I think I just skipped over these. Tang parser, which is generated. So this whole computer, you know what, let's look at it. Let's look at, on the right hand side, right here behind me, we're going to look at flex, and which one? Oh, so the parser is not flex, it is bison. And I'm looking for the word include, and what all am I including? Well, definitely AST node. You see these? Oh, everything. So, Well, sort of everything. It doesn't have all of the computed expressions. Okay, so let me just do this. So Tang parser, AST node, and then it's going to be a lot of them. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to create a lot of them, and we're going to start typing. Oh, and it also needs... So scanner and parser, I don't think I have variables for, but I do have one now for location and unary, array, assign, binary, break, continue, float, identifier, period, index, integer, boolean, string, ternary, cast, block, if else, library, map, while, do, oh wait, while, and do while, there we go, for, print, how many more do I have? Did I make enough? We'll see. Function declaration, function call, ranged for, return, slice, and use. And are there any others? Oh, Unicode string. That's up here at the top. AST node, Unicode string, and error. So AST node, Unicode string, and error. Now, notice, is macros not included? I suppose not. Well, it's going to be included by some of the others, but... Okay. Now, the interesting thing, I did figure out how to sort these. So I do a visual select, colon, and then type the word sort, enter. And now, see, AST node is at the top, Unicode string is at the bottom, and there we have it. That is the list of everything for Tang parser.o. And let's make this consistent there. I know deps would come before gen, but I always put this .cpp first. All right, so let's look at the scanner. Tang scanner. And this is going to be under flex, Tang scanner.l. Look for the word include. So it requires the first of all, the generated file, and then not computed expression, but location, Unicode string, and then Tang scanner.hpp. That's fine. Okay. How about an escape? Looking for the include. All that it needs is unescape.hpp. Yeah, that's fine. A Unicode string. We already did that one. So which ones am I missing? Percent. Oh, here we are. Let's start off with HTML escape.l and looking for the word include, and that just needs the .hpp, which is being generated. So, okay. Any other includes? Nope. Probably the same thing for the HTML escape ASCII. No, it needs Unicode string. Why do we need Unicode string? Because we're taking in a Unicode string. So it does need it. So HTML escape ASCII. Let's put all these in the same. And we'll just add in the dependency of Unicode string. Okay. Now percent encode. It's not doing anything. Okay. The good news is we're almost done. How about Tang scanner? Includes. Oh, it does have a few more. So it has the Tang scanner, but it also Tang parser. So that's going to be under the generated directory of there. There. Location and Unicode string. Let's look at the unescape. Are there any other includes? Nope. no others. So, just to make it consistent, so let's look back at Bison. Didn't I just do that? Yeah, where did I just do this? Oh, it was, well. So that's just using Bison to generate the HPP file and the CPP file, but that's fine. Yep, and the location is predicated on that. Just seeing if there's anything else. Just to make sure, or to indicate that yes, I have seen this. Will this still work now? Since I probably just broke it. We'll find out. What I'm afraid of is that test, as you see, make and run the unit tests. What I think I'm going to have to do is say that. Now if I say make help, okay, the help still shows up. Make test, okay, it still works. Yeah, the problem is by having the slash at the end, it was showing up in the help message, first of all, but also it was treating all the rest of this as also a comment. But if I put it at the end, well, wouldn't have picked it up. So anyway, all that say, just split it into two separate things. We're good. Are there any others? Okay. So all tests are passing. Our Makefile is still working. And now if I say get status, it's going to be ugly. But if I say get diff Makefile, we can look at just the changes here. And we'll see a couple things. First of all, I added stuff like, even though the macros doesn't actually include anything else other than macros, it may in the future. And so I went ahead and made that a variable. And everywhere where I did have include macros, such as here, now it uses the variable dep macros. Also, at the end of the previous episode, we were not including the .hpp file as part of the variable of the same name. We are now. So that is a thing that you'll see here a lot. So now, and I cleaned up some of these, like program. Well, there's adding the HPP. And I didn't need macros in Unicode string, evidently. Oh, no, I did. I used the variable names here. Also, I've found that evidently node print and node period, I had searched for DEP and replaced that with a DEP underscore. So that put an underscore in the middle of the part of the word that meant period or print. And so I fixed that. Keep going. These are just going to be a lot of variables. And what you'll notice about almost all of them is that they are just the HPP file and then other variables. And a lot of them only have dep AST node. A few have a couple more. I'm looking. Oh yeah, here's one. Like a computed expression error. And for some, oh, look at that. For some reason, these includes aren't quite right. So we're going to fix that right now. So it's in the computed expressions. That let's fix that right now. So I think, is that a tab? I think it is. So if I decide to, and these are all in the computed expressions, well, so there's a lot of them. So what I'm wondering is, can I do this? Can I say %s space include and replace that with a tab include? All right. Let's look at the Makefile again. Oh, there's one for dep macros. Basically, what I'm wondering is, should all of the double spaces become? No. It shouldn't. So let's do the same thing, but do the $open dep and $open dep. All right, check it one more time. Everything looks like it's in order. All right. These are all the changes we were making. You see here is where I moved the .hpp out of the compile and now put it in the variable for AST node array. And I'll put all these in alphabetical order as well. At least I think I did. That's fixing the underscore in the middle of print. All of this looks correct. This I don't like. So it's in the Tang one. Just remember that. All right, so let's fix that. Makefile. Tang.cpp. There, that'll help us find it. And what it is somewhere in here there's some space. Yeah, so let's do this. All that we need to do, visual select equal. And that should have fixed it. One last time. Scroll down. And it would have been right there. So it did fix it. All right. Makefile git commit -m complete makefile rewrite variables and dependencies. Now, I think I'm going to need to go back and make sure everything is in tang.hpp, but I'm not doing it this video because this video has gone on for quite a while. So now, what did we do? We added the tang.cpp. It should be, there it is, source tang.cpp. And what does it look like? Tang.cpp. And it has two functions that are not documented, but I'm just going to leave that for right now. We can document them later. I'm more worried that Tang doesn't have everything in it, but okay, we'll get there. So, not vim, git add docs, source Tang, git commit, and what is this commit? Add source.tang.cpp to Doxygen documentation. Okay. And we don't have anything different. Okay, so now just see where we are on our lines of code. We are, oh, I had 11,000 because most of that was Makefile stuff. We've got 816 lines in our Makefile. And again, should that worry us? Not really, in my opinion. If we look in the source directory and look at Yeah, by saying star, it doesn't include that. Okay, so ll star and pipe that into the word count dash l. 56. 56 source files, each of which we're keeping track of its dependencies and everything like that. And it's, like I said, it's non-trivial. I'm okay with having a Makefile of that size, especially now when we look at it. It is much better organized than it was before. Yep. All right. So, well, git push. I don't remember what episode we're on, but if I say git log, episode 81 was the last one, so git tag-a, episode 082. Our message is episode 082. And that is pushed up, and I usually end showing the lines of code count, even though we've already done that. And I think this leaves us in a good spot. I want to start thinking about our optimizations now. Optimizations like rewriting bytecode and what else? Rewrite bytecode, and then there was our tail call optimizations. I want to look at both of those, I think. And if we can get those two, then everything else is just adding more library functionalities for like date, maybe a randomness library, stuff like that. But all of that is, I hate to say, grinding work, right? Yak shaving, adding, just libraries. But the main part, or what we want to get to, is making our stuff more efficient. And we did a test the other day just with a simple, naive Fibonacci implementation, and we saw that we were around 6 or 7 times slower than Python. But that's Python 3. And so that's actually pretty good in my opinion. Python's slower than C. We're writing in C, but we're writing an interpreted language, and we didn't take advantage of as many things as we could. So I think we can improve it, definitely. And that is what I want to focus on, I think, for these next few episodes. So with that in mind, thank you for joining me, and we'll work on this more. Thanks. Bye.